Good morning, everybody. Hello, good morning. We're just getting started here. We're going to be doing some tarot readings for you all today. We have some angel cards. Say hello. My crystal necklaces are twisted. How is everybody this morning? Hey, Susie. Good morning. How are you? Hi, Lori. Hi, Broomhilda. How are you guys? Oh, my watch. I knew I was forgetting something. I'll have to go get it in a minute or two. It's on the charger. How is everybody? Hey, Bitchcraft. Oh, I'm glad. How was your birthday, Susie? Was it good? Hey, Mimi. Did you have a good birthday? I hope you did. Hey, Carmen. Hi, Lori. Good morning, everybody. Tonks is doing good. She's just asleep in her room. Yes, lovely. Thank you. Kids treating me to breakfast in bed. Oh, I love that. Bridget, I'm not doing yes or no. So you can send $5 for a mini to Mel's Divination if you'd like to look at that. Oh, I love that. Okay, I gotta update my sticker here because I'm tired of repeating myself lately. Okay. Yeah, it's the little things. How's your allergies today? Better? Yes and no. They're on and off. Like my eyes in the morning are really bad usually, which is one of the reasons why I used to like to go live later in the day, but then I'm too tired to do too much. So it's such a tricky thing. Like my eyes bother me more than anything, and they're always like puffy and they hurt. Like I just want to close them and put cold compresses on them because that's where my allergies get the worst of it. And as the day goes on, it's better. So in the mornings it's pretty brutal. Hey, Natalie. Hey, Madison. Hey, you guys. So I don't do free yes or no's. If you would like a mini reading that is free when you come to the lives, you can be a subscriber and you can get a free card pull every time I do a live. That is the way to get a free card, a free thing. That's a bit rubbish for sure. Yeah, I know, right? So we're going to pull today's messages. I want to light my Palo Santo because I feel like the energy is like heavy today and I don't know why. My massage therapist was like, oh, do you have time today to come in around 11? I'll do a free neck adjustment for you. Because I told them my neck's been really bothering me still. And I was like, I love you for that, but I have to go live. I have to go on TikTok and YouTube. So I super appreciate it, but I can't. But I love the offer. And then we're supposed to get together on Saturday to film for the channel, to do the interviews, and then we're just gonna hang out and like have a day off together, which I have not done in a long time. I think the last time we like hung out, it was probably when we did my friend's death anniversary, or like right after that. So we're gonna have a Saturday together, just hanging out. And I'm gonna do a series with him. I was talking to him about it yesterday. I thought of a new series that I want to do, which is like Tipsy Tarot, which should be fun, but that'll be later, where he drinks and then he answers cards, but he doesn't know anything about cards, and I think it would be really funny. So we're gonna do a series about that. I've been wanting to do a series about that with anybody that would be willing, and nobody's willing to do it with me. So I think with him it's going to be a blast. There'd be a lot of laughter. So good morning, you guys. Good morning. Good morning. We do have a like goal today. I will do one free full reading on TikTok if we hit our like goal of 6,000 likes. So start tapping that screen. It's free for you, and you can potentially win a free reading. Let's get those likes going. So we're gonna pull a collective, or we're gonna pull multiple collectives because my hands wanted to throw them across the room. Let's get those. Hey Keisha, good morning. How are you? Okay, let's grab that. I'm all comfortable. Like the one time I get myself all like comfy, and then of course the cards go across the room, right? Because that's the way it works. Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will. Okay. Let's try that again. I'm good. Tonks is good. My allergies are bothering me a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. It is what it is. We're doing a true crime tarot tomorrow. A true crime talk and tarot. I think it'll be at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. EST. So just be aware of that. And we're going to chat about the Karen Reed stuff and all the latest updates, and like kind of like a snapshot of how far it's come. I'll do like a little an organized summary talk about it, and then we'll probably pull cards about the way it's going to look going forward. So today our cards for the day for the collective, we got two that came out. We have Vast Vistas, which it's kind of an interesting card. Looks like this guy that's sitting on top of a box, looking out into the universe, the world. And this says expand your horizons. And then this one is navigating by the stars and follow your bliss. I like this one more than the other. I think this one's really pretty. And as a reminder, our weekly card was passion and pleasure, with about just enjoying life. So we're going to look at what the author has to say about these, but the more I'm using this deck, I used to use this deck a lot. It's not really resonating with me too much anymore, which is why I keep pulling the book. It doesn't feel like the messages don't feel as flowy to me. Maybe they need to be, I just cleansed them though. I don't know. All right. Vast Vistas. 115. All right. So this one says, good morning, everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Expand your horizons. See the world around you in new ways. This is not a time to think small. It is an exciting time for you. You may find travel or new adventures in your future. Think outside of the box. Ideas and projects that you've been contemplating are now moving toward manifestation. Unconventional relationships may flourish. Take time to nurture your dreams, for big changes are ahead. As the traveler steps out of the woods, the pathway winds up to a high point with a vast vista. The traveler can see in all directions and knows that all things are possible. New and wondrous paths are ahead. The traveler can choose any direction to journey. Get ready for joyous, expansive sojourn. A joyous, expansive sojourn. I don't even know how to say that word. Take deep and full breaths. Each breath affirms that you are in an expansive phase of life. So this one's pretty. I like that. It's about looking forward to the future and knowing that great things are possible. No, I haven't retired them. I'm just like, I go through like phases where so this month I'm using the animal tarot, the animal totem tarot instead, because I don't know if you've ever looked on my YouTube channel with my Flip Through Fridays. I have close to like 70 different card decks. So I try to like do seasonal stuff or like give attention to certain ones at certain times. And I was cleaning and I came across my animal ones last week or the week before last and was like, oh my God, I haven't used these in so long and they're so pretty and I love them. So I decided to use them for the month of July. When we start August, I'll do a different deck. Maybe I'll let people vote for it, because you guys are the ones that have to look at them. So maybe I'll let people vote for what I do in August. And it's the same thing with the Oracle decks. I usually swap them out. So, and then we have Navigating by the Stars. And that one, oh, my neck is so tight. I don't know if I need a new pillow, if it's just me in my body. It's been really bothering me lately. I need one of those pillows that like doesn't sink, but that is firm. Hey, Sammy, you can send some money to get an answer for that or subscribe. So Navigating by the Stars, we have trust your gut, have faith that a higher power is directing your life, believe, allow your life decisions to be dictated by what opens your heart and by what brings you joy. Relax, be patient, follow your bliss. Your life is divinely guided. All is going according to a wonderful plan for your life. Be confident that all is well. Sometimes you can't see the road ahead, but when you become still, you can feel the right way to go. It is like navigating by the stars. You might not be able to see every detail of the path for your life, but when you trust the light of the stars, your silent spirit guardians, and the joy of your guiding North Star to navigate in the darkness, in the morning light, you find yourself at the right place at the right time. Oh, I like that. That's a really nice message. I like that a lot. Sometimes these cards are really nice, and sometimes they are just kind of like, meh. It all depends. I am willing to pull an angel message for everybody. So if you'd like an angel card for free, I can do that, but I'm not looking into a specific question. I'm just going to pull an angel message. So if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to tell me your name and ask for a card. In order to get a card, I do need you to do hashtag FYP though, to support the energy and the channel. I want to figure out how to post, like, I know some people put like a little thing here, not the sticker, but like they put like a thing that says like how much things are, what the rules are. I don't know how to do that. All the green screens that I've seen don't look like that. And if I guess I could put a full green screen behind me because Tonks isn't behind me anymore. She's been laying in the other room. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I'd have to try to figure it out. Okay. And we'll look at the tarot for the day. Oh, we got to look at the astrology too. How are you guys all doing? We're midweek. Are you getting through the week okay? So this says on Wednesday, you might want to burn the midnight oil. It's a late night energy that is happy and productive. Oh, God. I have to work. I have to be up even earlier tomorrow. I hope I'm not up late tonight. The focus shifts on the softer side of life Thursday. Instead of work, place your focus on romance, adventure, and expanding your horizons. I lost my spot. Where did it go? Oh. This is by far one of the best date nights of the year, overflowing with an abundance, passion, and poetry. And Friday is the day that functions best if one abides by existing hierarchy. Sometimes bosses and authority figures do know best. Saturday looks like it's fun. You might be tired by the evening, and Sunday, petty arguments could flare up, leading to hurt feelings. Thursday, which is tomorrow, is the event of the week, with Neptune in Pisces, trining Venus in Cancer. So that is the astrology that is coming up. How is everyone today? Hi, Cinnamon. Hi, Stephanie. I am giving away a free full reading if we hit the like goal, so start tapping that screen. And if you'd like an angel card, just tell me your name and hashtag FYP with the card, please, and I will pull an angel message for you. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay on today. If the traffic on here is like what it's doing right now, I might sign off because I have a bazillion other things I should be doing besides sitting and talking to an empty screen. Whew. Okay. Susie, I can pull some cards for you too. And Keisha, I'm maintaining. You're maintaining. What do you mean maintaining? Oh, thank you, Susie. It's okay. I don't know. I think because I'm not like super crazy entertaining, people just, and because I'm not giving anything away for free, people don't want to be here. And that's okay. Still in stagnant mode. I've gotten really used to just letting it go and not like stressing out too much about it, because if I might not continue my TikTok. I might not. I might stop using it because I feel like sometimes I feel like it's pointless. I'm just sitting here for no reason. It went really well at the beginning, and I didn't even change my approach. The only thing I've done different is after a while, I stopped giving free readings because it became too much. But I didn't do that for a long time, and I was making money for quite a while. People were paying for readings, and I don't know what happened. People suddenly just stopped wanting to do that. I don't know if it's the economy. I don't know if it's the algorithm. I don't know what it is, but it just is what it is. Aw, Keisha, thank you. Sure. I actually saw somebody, I was flipping through some lives last night on TikTok. Hey, Monica, welcome, honey. And somebody was doing, but she had a lot of people in her room. Like right now it says I have one person in my room. I know Keisha's there, so I think I have two, but it literally says I only have one person watching on TikTok. This woman had almost 200 people in her room, and she posts every day. She does readings every single day on her TikTok, and I don't have the time for that. I have 9 jobs. I don't have the time for that. And I think that's the problem. I think I have too many other things going on to maintain a successfully active TikTok. Guys, those of you that are asking, I'm only doing paid readings right now. If you'd like a free reading, you can subscribe for a mini. So I don't know. Could be summer. Yeah, could be that too, actually. Yeah, that's possible as well. I didn't really think of that. Summer tends to be a slower season for the business. So it could be that. I didn't really think that way. So this woman that I happened, some people, this is their main stream of income. Right. But I mean, they post every day, but they probably don't also have a YouTube channel and work for 3 other companies and have an Etsy shop and have a Pinterest with an Amazon affiliate and house sit. And yeah, like I got too many things going on at once, and that's the problem. And I want to streamline it. The ideal thing is not working for those other companies anymore and just doing the social media stuff, just doing my private business, which is my website, TikTok, YouTube, Etsy, and just doing those things. That would be much more manageable. But what happens is after I'm on here with you guys, I have to make X amount of dollars a day in order to survive, literally. And if I don't make, and I work 7 days a week because I don't make enough. I don't make enough to take time off. And so if I don't hit that goal, especially like many days lately, I'll get offline here and I'll make sometimes $0, sometimes 15 cents. Like the gifts that I got yesterday, I made 10 cents. Sometimes I'll make $10 or $20, and that's all fine. But the thing is, the reason why I haven't been staying on as long is because when I sign off, now I have to work for another 10 hours. I have to do readings for another 10 hours online for customers, and I have to talk to people all day to hit that goal. And it's like, I just can't, I can't do both. I don't know what I'm going to do. Something has to shift though. I know a girl who literally sits on with her rods all day doing free yes or no's. I don't know how that person does. Maybe do they have a husband or a partner or a roommate? Do they have like passive income? That's something that I want to try to get going, but I don't have that yet. Passive income, like maybe they've published an Oracle deck or they've written a book or they have digital products that they don't have to do anything with for people. Like this is technically passive income for me. Sit in the uncomfortable. I made this design. It's up for sale on my website in my store section. People can purchase this. The company prints it out and sends it to you. I don't have to do anything else. It's there. And it's technically passive income because it's there and it's ready for when you guys purchase it. She cooks, takes care of her child, pause a bit and continue. Huh. That's interesting. I'm sure there's some people that like either come from money or have money or like have some kind of, because I have no savings. I literally own a home and I have no savings. So if something happens, if I get sick, if something breaks, if I can't work, I will lose my home in a month. I will lose everything. It's a house of cards right now. It looks very glamorous. It's absolutely not the way it is for me anyway. And I've already borrowed tens of thousands of dollars from my parents just to keep up with bills, not even to and I owe them. It's not even like it's something that is a gift. Like I owe them this money. So and I'm not keeping up. The economy is killing me. Yeah, I get tired. I would need breaks. I don't know how people do that. I have a coworker that encouraged me to come on TikTok a long time ago because she was doing really well. And she's on for like 6 hours at night. And I don't know how she does that. My best guess is she's not channeling. She's not truly doing real readings. She's just There's another one on here too that I saw him this morning that I used to work with that I know fakes it. He just hangs out. He's a pretty face, and he just uses the guide words. Like I said, he uses the guide words and he reads them to people, and he takes their money. I know because I've seen it. I wouldn't. Yeah. Okay, so I want to do, but so where I was going with this, this lady that I saw yesterday, I've never seen her before, because I was just scrolling through to try to get ideas, because I'm trying to find my style on here. I still don't know what my style is too much. And this woman, she does post readings daily, which I definitely can't do. But she was online and people were asking her free questions, and she was like, I don't do free questions. She's like, I'm doing a collective reading, so you can watch the collective reading for everybody. Or you can book a session with me on my website. So that was interesting. I mean, I have a $5 email reading on my website right now that's offered. People don't even want to pay $5, which is wild to me. Other readers on here are charging $75, $20 for a mini, $50 for a mini, and I can't even get $5. So it is what it is. It's just not the right people that are coming in, I guess. And that's why I don't like to complain about it, because then, when you complain about it, then you speak it into existence. But I also want you guys to know that I'm not trying to be a jerk by not showing up. It's exhausting for me. Let's see, Susie. Might just be simply somewhere. Oh, I read that one. It does make me wonder how people can just not work and risk putting it all into TikTok to earn a living. Was going to say readings make you exhausted and drain energy. They do, and that's why I wear this. I always have something covering my crown chakra, because when I used to go live in the afternoon, Caleb Medium, he's ridiculous. Is he the one that it might not be who I'm thinking. There's one that is all over Instagram that's constantly popping up in my commercials, and this message is for you. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're just you're paying money for it to be sent to us. No, I can't see it. I don't know who it is. But I mean, I feel like I'm charging an extremely celebrity. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, and I don't like that. They make it. Kristen said the same thing. She used to watch. So Susie Keisha just said on TikTok that they make it vague so that it resonates with everyone. And Kristen used to watch a lot of the collectives, the pre-recorded collectives, like, okay, Scorpio, this is for you. Oh, somebody's going to be moving. Somebody's getting a job this week. Oh, I see a lot of challenges here right now. There's a lot of emotions going on. I could do that. I could totally do that. It's bullshit is what it is. It's not real. And Kristen realized it after a while, it's just resonating with me, because it resonates with anybody there could be 100 people watching and 7 people are going through something similar. So it connects to them. But then if you get a private reading or a personal reading, it's not. That's what happened to me with the YouTube scammer. Years and years and years and years and years ago. I'll tell you about that story in a little bit. People generally underestimate the energy needed to channel. Right. So fake readers or people that just are bullshitting and pulling a card and being like, oh, it's this. I watch those people and I'm just like, how? I hate to call people a con artist, but they are. They're just good. They're good at faking it. They're not actually doing legit readings. They're just talking the talk, using all the buzzwords and throwing stuff around that they know everybody will. I could be like, oh, you're twin flame, you're not in separation. You're in separation right now. They're thinking about you. I could totally say that. They're having dreams about you right now, and you guys have known each other from a past life. I could say all those buzzwords. It's bullshit, but I could say it all. and I would probably get an extra 300 followers, but it's bullshit. And that's not me. And that could be why I struggle with getting followers, because I won't bullshit. I have a whole story about twin flames. No, I really don't. I used to. And there's a reason why I don't and why I used to. Would you ever try rods? I hear it's mostly in your head to make it move. I have rods. I'll go get them and show you. I suck at them. It's just not my forte. It's just not my thing. I don't know. Same thing with pendulum. It's not my thing. I've tried. But I'll show you. Yeah, rubbish, isn't it? Trouble is people that buy into that have no idea and are asking for an instant answer. Right. I'm a Reiki healer, and after giving a session could just take a nap. I know. I am not Reiki, but I know exactly what you're talking about because you're using your energy. We could talk about this all day. It's sad because it's so unfair on the legit readers. That's what it is. And when I get really frustrated, I'm okay. I'm in a good place today, so it's fine to talk about it. But when I get real frustrated with it, I'll start crying and I'll be like, I feel like I'm just this little voice in a crowd of 100,000 people or millions of people at a concert trying to yell for the audience, for like the band to hear my little voice. And I'm real and everything around me is AI and fake. And like nobody is noticing that I'm real and all this around me is fake. And it gets very frustrating. And that's what makes me think, well, maybe this just isn't my thing. Like not reading, that's not what I mean, but like the social media thing, like that, especially the TikTok thing. Like I'm lucky if people stay in my room for more than 15 seconds. I'm not selling dreams. Yeah. And I won't sell dreams. I don't mind telling people that things are possible. And I have so many stories about why I have the philosophies and the approaches that I do because of people that I've worked with in the past, mentors that I've had, things that I've outgrown, stuff I've experienced. There's a reason why I have the style that I have. And it's not because I'm a negative asshole. It's because I have life experience that has brought me to this point that has developed my philosophy of how I approach things after decades of it. I have a mentor who is very sweet. Well, she's not my mentor anymore, an old mentor. Now we're more like acquaintance friends. Very, very sweet. I did a whole video about this on my YouTube channel a long time ago about when you outgrow your mentors. Sweet woman. She guided me in so many ways. She was one of the first like mentor tarot readers that helped me when I first started doing the tarot, when I switched from Oracle to tarot. I had a lot of questions about things that like, how do you see if somebody's on drugs, or how do you see if somebody's having sex, or like, I would ask her stuff because that's not in a basic tarot book. And at the time she'd been reading for like 30 years professionally. So she would tell me how she would do it. And some of the stuff that she would do resonated and worked for me. And some of the stuff she would do didn't resonate and work for me. Like she told me how she does her yes, no's and her timing, and that didn't work for me. I tried it. It wasn't accurate for me personally. And that's okay. It's just, I had to find my own style. But she gave me a lot of guidance. And for a while I was on her podcast and we collaborated because she has a lot of private clients and she was trying to help me get private clients. But our reading styles are very different because I am down to earth and I tell the truth. Not that she lies. She doesn't lie. She fluffs it. So her personal philosophy is you can have anything. This is what I mean by selling dreams. You can manifest anything you want. And I disagree with that. You can manifest a lot of stuff, but there's definitely some things that you can't. And you're hitting your head against the wall over and over and over and over, and it's time to let stuff go. And I ended up developing that philosophy while working with her because there was my relationship with my Muslim boyfriend who I was with for 4 years. When I first got with him, she used to tell me, he's going to move in, you're going to get engaged, you're going to get married. He's going to move in, you're going to get engaged, you're going to get married. Over and over and over and over again was the result. None of those things ever happened in 4 years. And I worked on manifesting that shit every day, all the time. And it never happened. And she's like, well, it's your mindset. No, it's not my mindset. He's Muslim. I'm white. his family wants him to marry an African Muslim woman. I'm never going to be accepted. He doesn't have the balls to stand up to his family. He's not going to bring me home to them. No matter how much I try to manifest that, that's not going to change. My race is not going to change. His family's racial, cultural choices is not going to change. No matter how much magic and manifestation I do, that's not going to change. It is solidified in their roots. And I can't change my skin tone. It's just, it is what it is. No matter how much, and he had zero balls to stand up to his family, and he never was going to. So that was what it was. And that is when my philosophy about manifestation changed. That's when my philosophy about readings changed, because no, not everything is possible. A lot is possible, but not everything. And really, if I was honest with myself and looked at the cards and listened to the readings and really looked at it way back in the day, I would have saved myself a lot of frustration. Good morning, Mary. How are you? Makes you question why you have the gift and it's so hard to find your audience or space to pass on the guidance of being a light worker. Yeah, it does. It makes me wonder, because I'm watching these other people who are faking it or are like selling dreams, like Keisha said. Hello, Blue Morpho. How are you? Good morning. You guys that are just joining, I can pull and am willing to pull in a free angel card for you if you're interested in that. I'm not doing yes or no. If you're looking for a deeper reading, you can send $5 for a mini, or you can subscribe. I will pull cards for my subscribers each time I go live. So that's something you can check out if you're interested. To get an angel card, I just need your name. Tell me the word card, please, or something like that, and put a hashtag FYP so that you're helping out the channel. We're just kind of chatting right now about different kinds of things. But feel free to ask for that. And what's your name, Blue Morpho? I don't understand it either, Susie. And that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to expand the different ways that I do my readings, like now including the massage therapy approach to it. TYE, that's your name? How do you pronounce that? Ty? Is it Ty? Ty? I'm so bad at pronouncing things. But that's why I'm combining the massage therapy stuff. Tide. Okay, cool. That's cool. And why I'm also starting to do the true crime stuff, because those things I'm fascinated in, and we can, blend extra things than just be this little voice that's like, I'm not doing free reading. Sorry, go away. Okay, Ty, what does Ty need to know today? You have Fiona. Now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. So if there's something that's been on your mind that you've been stressed out about, if you're not into angels, that's okay too. You can always just talk to your guides, your ancestors, whatever resonates with you. You have that support. It is there. You just need to reach out for it. You just need to connect and say, I need support right now. I need help. Can you please guide me? I'm finding it hard for my tarot and Reiki. Locally, people don't want, but the online is hard to find the niche. The niche is tricky. If I could do it all over again, if I could start back, if we could rewind back to 2019 when I first started my YouTube channel, I probably would have just done tarot. I didn't want to just do tarot because tarot isn't all I am. I'm tarot, I'm oracle, I'm witchcraft, I'm energy working. Like, I'm not just tarot. I'm a teacher. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for joining. I didn't want to just do that. But I think because my approach was so big, because I'm doing Witchcraft Wednesdays, we're doing Flip Through Fridays, we're doing tarot readings. It's not like the algorithm isn't focused on just the people that are looking for tarot readings. It's kind of all over the place. And I think that that's part of where some of my challenge is. with getting bigger numbers. And I don't want to be this huge influencer. It's not about that at all. It's just about growing my business. So do I want to have 400,000 followers, subscribers, whatever? No, that's a lot of people and that's scary. Not really. I just want to get a regular flow of private clients. Like I want my little community in a regular flow of private clients. That is my goal across the board. Hi, Deza. I am not doing free readings right now. The only thing that I'm doing is a free angel card. So if you'd like an angel card, I can pull that for you. If you want me to look into your question, you can send $5 for a mini, or you can subscribe to the channel. No worries. Okay, so let's pull. I was gonna pull cards. I'm just getting all. I'm here to hang out for the day for a little bit today, so I'm not like in a rush. I don't have to be at an appointment today, so I'm kind of just chilling for a bit. Yeah, I can pull an angel card. So I'm gonna do. That's why I'm kind of just like taking my time, chit chatting and whatever. I'm not rushing today. Deza, what does Deza need to know? Whoops. Let's see. You got Crystal. Have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you cannot see yet. So if there's something going on with this person that you're concerned about, it could be one of those situations where redirection is more like a blessing for you. So just trust in the process. Me, what I need to know? I'm finding, would you mind just pulling cards to tell me what I need to know? Yeah, no, I don't mind, Susie. I mean, you're a paid member. Absolutely. For those of you guys that are new here, I do offer mini readings for paid members or subscribers. I'm on both TikTok and YouTube, so it's a different definition depending on which channel you're on, but TikTok it's subscribers and YouTube it's members. So Susie on YouTube will do, let me cleanse these cards first because I don't want energy to interfere, and we'll pull some cards for you of what you need to know. Did you want general what you need to know, or did you want to look at like your business stuff like you were just talking about? Hi, Original K. Welcome, hun. So you guys, I am doing a True Crime Thursday live tomorrow evening at in between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. EST time. We're going to talk about the Karen. I just made a new word, Taryn. The Karen Reed trial. We're going to do kind of like a summary of everything that's brought us up to this point. We're going to talk about some of the scandals that are going on post-trial. The trial's still not over. Technically, the first trial is over, but the stuff, the information, there's still things going on about it right now. And more information has been coming in every day. So we're going to talk about the current status of things. And we'll probably pull some cards. I'm trying to decide if I want to do like a raffle or something where I definitely want to do a raffle, but I got to figure out how. Yes, absolutely, Keisha. Absolutely, we can do an energy check for you for my paid member business. I'm doing an astrology course to add to my tarot and Reiki, so not looking to change things up work-wise, just yet as stability of main job works for now. Okay, cool. Let's see about, so just general. Okay. So Susie, general message for Susie. What does Susie need to know? Oh, that's too many. You got the Queen of Cups. Hey, Lucas, welcome. Talking about Reiki Masters here. My friend Lucas just joined the chat in TikTok. He has his own channel. Go follow him. Remastering Your Life. He is a totally different vibe than me, and he is so much fun. He is like having a friend. I'll just put him on in the background if I catch him live, just to have a friend chatting. We also have the Eight of Pentacles. He's more like, I don't know how to even explain it. He kind of reminds me of like tough love, loving brother, but at the same time light and airy. I don't even know how to describe your vibe, because it's so uplifting and fun, but at the same time you don't take crap from anybody. And I love that. So he's a certified Reiki master. He's a teacher. He is a cat lover, Bengal breeder. Someday I hope to get one. All the vibes. Very talented person. He reads differently than I do too, though. He does more energy than tarot, but super talented. So if you're ever looking for a guy's perspective or a Reiki perspective, check him out. Susie girl. Okay. Oh no! Yeah, I'm definitely not ready to get one. I actually was just looking at my girl is 15 now. She's getting up there, and she's not friends with other cats. But I just saw, I'm in a Facebook group in my state for fostering cats, and I'm thinking of applying, because I just saw somebody post 4 kittens that are like 5 weeks old that are looking for a temporary foster space. And I just was like, oh, I want to do it. It's temporary. So if she hates them, it's okay. They'll go away. Like, I want to do it so bad. So I'm very tempted, but that's a lot of work. And I don't know. I don't know if I can handle that, if I'm ready for that. I want to so badly though. What does Susie need to know? But Bengal is definitely one of the breeds that I want to someday get. Okay, Susie, let's see. We got 3 of Pentacles. Is there 2 cards here? No. 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and then you got a lot of Pentacles, girl. Page of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. You got 4 out of 5 Pentacles. Let's see what we got going on for you. So it's interesting because, hold on. I'm going to pull a German card, a German tarot card, just to clarify. But I think the work stuff is what's coming through. And I think it's because maybe that's what we were chatting about. I don't know. Or building your life. That's why I want to pull a Hierophant. Hierophant and Moon reversed. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like what's going on for you. Yeah. You have the Queen of Cups that started out. And I feel like for you, for that's all about money coming in. Balance that checkbook, Lucas says, Susie. So Lucas, I'm on both TikTok and YouTube. And Susie is one of my paid members on YouTube. So I offer like mini readings for my paid members when we check in, and she's in the UK, and she's actually a reader as well, and she actually lives in the same area as Zelda Violet Star. Go figure. Or Commitment and Emotions Love. Yes. So with the Queen of Cups right now for you, girl, I want you to be mindful. I love that it's a moose. I'm a Queen of Cups because I'm a Scorpio and I have a lot of water in my chart. But the first time I ever got this deck, and I have to just talk about this stupid moose for a minute. When I was going through this deck and the cards, I was like, oh, wouldn't it figure I'm a freaking moose? Like, of course I am, because I love to eat and I go slow. Like, of course I'm a moose. It was just so funny. So, but I feel like for you, this is really important for you to make sure that you're maintaining your own vibes. You're pouring into yourself because this whole overall theme is working on things, building things, calling in money. But I know that you've been also doing the relationship-y stuff and working on the feelings. And I feel like what's happening with this is while you're doing the relationshipy stuff, you also need to commit to yourself, making sure that you're committing to taking care of you and not allowing the feelings to be so thrown off that you're losing sight of it. Like what I'm hearing when I look at this is I'm hearing, I think you were here yesterday when I was chatting about how one of the companies I worked for got bought out. And I felt years ago when that happened that I needed to start making other moves. And I wasted a lot of time not doing that. Like I wasted a lot of time allowing myself to be distracted by relationships or men or situations or situationships or other things that were emotional that were not productive in my life. And now it's kind of like they're knocking on the door like, all right, what are you going to do now, Mel? Like it's time to figure your shit out. I feel like that's a little bit of what's going on here. Like, I'm glad you don't have the tower. There's no tower here. But I do feel like this is a little bit of don't get so lost in your emotions. Don't give so much away that you don't get your stuff done, that you don't get your things done that you're working on. I do feel like you are on a really good path with this Eight of Pentacles. And it's so funny because it's like he's climbing the staircase of Pentacles. That's your timer, but I'm gonna keep going because I'm on a roll. You're climbing the staircase of Pentacles. Oh, actually, I think the Three of Pentacles came out next. And I feel like some of this, maybe you're gonna collaborate with somebody work-wise. Kind of like how I'm gonna start working with the massage therapist. Maybe you're gonna collaborate with a friend, or something like that. I would definitely, if you're ever, I'm not at the place yet where I'm ready to interview people like, how do you say that? Through the internet? I don't know how to say it, like through Zoom, because I don't have a Zoom yet. But I would definitely be game with talking on the channel together, like doing some kind of interview or something at some point in the future. It's a goal of mine. It's just not, I don't have the setup for it yet. For a lot of, because that's how you open doors to new people and new ideas. So this also is making me think of I actually had a friend that I worked with. He actually worked with Lucas and myself for one of the companies that I used to work for. He had a podcast, and he kind of opened the doors of anybody that wants to come on the podcast, that wants to talk, like that would be great. And I went on his podcast back in I think it was 2019. And I ended up getting a couple of private clients from that. And it didn't happen for a year or two. The private clients didn't even contact me for a year or two after me being on the podcast, but it was online. It didn't go away. So it was always there. So there might be something like that you get offered. So think about something like that, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Like, just consider it if there's an opportunity that comes up. But I feel like you're really building here. With this Ace of Pentacles, you're building structure for yourself. You're building a way to be really, these fucking flies, a way to be super successful. And I do feel like you're going to get there. With this page as your final card right now, look at all the barrels of wool. And that is going to help the feelings. Because when you're doing the work, when you're working, and this, I also feel like not just work financially, work like career, life path, all that. I also mean just working on yourself, working on your life in general. But when you're doing that, you're raising your vibration because you're pouring into yourself. You're pouring into you. And by pouring into you, you're opening the opportunity for more things to come in, for more flow, whether that means financial or people or connections or things. It still ends up being a very beneficial thing for you. Cool. All my experiences in learning is bringing things together. Yes, It's pouring. It's like you're filling your barrels up. Barrels of money, barrels of success, barrels of options, barrels of opportunities. You're filling your barrels up. And this is the final card that came out. So I do feel like it's okay to have feelings. I mean, I'm not saying tuck those feelings away. I'm not saying forget all about them, but you don't want, it's almost like you want to learn from my mistakes. You don't want to get so swept up in your feelings that you see yourself in 3 years from now going, oh shit, I should have done that 3 years ago. And now I'm trying to fix it because judgment day is here in a way. And like, yeah, you don't want to do that to yourself because right here, that girl did that to herself. That's one of the reasons why I feel like I'm able to help a lot of people, because I'm the one that screws up all the time. And then I can be like, oh no, that's going to happen to you. Don't do that. Like, I'm able to be like, no, like, don't do that to yourself. Like, you don't want that to happen to you. So I feel like you're on a good path. I do. I feel like you're on a good path. Okay, Keisha girl, you still there? You wanted, your turn. You wanted, where are you? I got to go back up. You wanted message that you needed to hear, right? Where did you go? I lost it. There you are. Could I have an energy check? Okay. Energy check for Keisha. I don't know if I told you guys my fly story. I probably didn't because it turned into a big problem yesterday after I signed off. Oh, thank you. Could I see the energy in around Matthew Matt? Of course, I can be your very last. Okay, that's okay. I don't have anybody else asking right now, so I don't mind doing you. That's totally fine. I love this mug. I forget about it. I put it in my cupboards and then I forget about it. This, I've washed this in the dishwasher a bunch of times and the print hasn't come off. So this is a pretty good quality. I have to take the ceramic one down though, because I ordered a ceramic one for myself and it came smashed. So I don't want to be offering that to people because I don't trust the packaging. And I got to figure out how to delete that from my website. I have another thing that I made on the website called The Magic in the Mundane, but it's printed in like Europe, which I didn't know until after I ordered it, and the shipping was ridiculous. And I'm like, people are not going to want to pay that kind of shipping for a notebook that says Magic in the Mundane. I'm starting to make some like another thing. Like, I have so many ideas. I just need to like stop it. Like, I want to make candles and sell candles. I want to write a book. I want to make oracle cards. I want to make tarot cards. I want to make journaling. There's so much. I believe the verdict coming up soon, and I'm so nervous either about either of our reactions. The verdict coming up soon. You heard that it was a mistrial though, right? That they declared a mistrial on it? Did you hear about that? You must have heard about that. That was like last week. That was the 1st of July. No, for me and Matt. Oh, I'm thinking you're talking about the trial because you said verdict. Okay, I got you. You mean the verdict of your situation. Okay. I got it. That was really funny. Okay. I am so true crime brain right now that it's like, and I know you and I chat about that a lot. So my brain was just like, huh? Okay. Let's see. Keisha and Matt. What is going on? What is coming forward around Keisha and Matt right now? actually, my friend, and I don't think he's still in the room, but my friend Lucas, who I just met, oh, come on, TikTok. Stop being stupid. Puzzle piece of doom. I have been meaning to get Reiki certified from him, but I just haven't had time to do it yet because I'm doing 75 other things. But someday that's my goal. I don't know if you're still there, Lucas, but that's the goal still. That was a goal I made like 4 years ago, 3 years ago or something when we first started being friends. And he told me he teaches it. Keisha and Matt. What do we need to know about Keisha and Matt? Keisha and Matt. Welcome, DG. How are you today? Keisha and Matt. Keisha and Matt. All right. We got Two of Cups reversed. Three of Swords reversed. Queen of Pentacles reversed. And then 10 of Pentacles. That's interesting. That's all over the place. Hold on. I'm going to pull a clarifier. I want to pull a few love cards and see what they say. I think that it's all over the place because both of your feelings are all over the place. But let's just see. We got Beginnings, Courage, and Jupiter with action. We got... That's great. You have a lot to look forward to. Seems like a good look on you. Do you mean the Reiki thing? What do you mean? Attraction, Mars, and hot. Yeah, I don't think this is a done deal here. I know that there's a lot of complexities open to receive. Yeah, I do not think you guys are done. Done. Oh, I'm getting silly. Oh boy. I'm more awake now. Do my eyes look better? I bet my I feel like they feel better. Do they look like they're less puffy? As far as everything you want to do, Reiki, books, tarot. Yeah, I have so many plans. It's just I need to figure out how to make money and do these things and give myself some time. I got to figure it all out. I actually reached out to somebody yesterday about doing a deep clean for my house because it stresses me out. There's so much in my house that needs to be cleaned. I've lived here for 6 years and it needs to be cleaned. It's not like gross or anything, but like there's some cobwebs and like the fridge needs to be pulled out and cleaned out, the oven, things like that. Like a deep clean that you do every once in a while. It's just me, so I don't make a ton of a mess, but there's definitely things like windows and like baseboards, and I don't get around to that. I keep up with the basics. So I reached out to somebody yesterday to get a quote, and she was like, I do it's $65 an hour, and you tell me whatever you want me to clean. And I'm looking around to see if that's a reasonable price. And my aunt who lives up north, the one who I house sit for, she has a housekeeper. And I asked her how much her housekeeper charges her. And she's like, oh, she charges me $100. And her house is 2 floors. And she's like, she cleans the whole upstairs, this, that, and the other thing. And then she does the downstairs, and then she dusts and she does that. And it's $100, and it's usually an hour. And I was like, oh, wait, it's $100 in an hour? But that might be fat, like a lot of work in an hour. I'm not sure. So like this lady who's charging $65 an hour, how much does she get done in an hour? Does she get done all that kind of level of work? Or does she go slow and charge $65? And I don't know. Yes, much clearer. You look more happy in the eyes as soon as you started talking about your ideas. Oh, yeah. I put in eye drops before I started working too, before I came on. Delilah, I'm not ignoring you, honey. I am not doing free yes or no. So you can send either $5 for a mini reading or $15 for a full, or you can subscribe. Okay. So Keisha, we got 2 of Cups reversed. we got Three of Swords reversed. So here's the thing. Two of Cups in the reversal, that's the first card that came out, right? So this is I see my mother's hands right now on my hands look so old. This part, that's my mom. That's my mom's hand right there. Oh my God. So Two of Cups in the reversal. This is the challenge of the relationship right now. This is we're not on the same level. We're not connecting. We're not agreeing. The relationship is hard. We're not being good partners to one another. There's possibly a lack of commitment, a lack of love. There's challenges, right? But then the Three of Swords in the reversal comes in, and I don't know if you can see what this card is. It's an elephant that is mourning the death of another elephant. Just so you all can see it too up there. I'm doing a reading on YouTube for one of my paid members. But in the reversal, this is saying that mourning, that sadness, that grief of the relationship having a struggle, that's starting to heal. That's being healed. That pain is being cleared away. It's getting better. It's but little by little. With the Queen of Pentacles in the reversal, I feel like that's still saying that there's not a ton of commitment there right now. And that's fair, right? There's not a ton of commitment. There's not a ton of stability. The stability is very wobbly still. But then you ended up with the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is that family, that living together. Look at these little rabbits. They have a little home here that they create, that they live together. They create a life together. They create a home together. This is your last card. So I really feel like there's still, and I don't want to give you that fluff. I was told me and Matt would end up living together after his living situation with his friend ends. And I was like, what? Given no communication and how our previous lease ended. Yeah. So here's the thing about it. Because I know your situation and I know the complex levels of the situation. And when stuff is like that, when things are so complex, there's so many barriers and challenges and issues, this kind of outcome doesn't mean next week. Usually when I get this kind of an outcome that it's different than what we're seeing in reality right now, and there's a lot of steps that need to happen, this is further into the future. And that's one of the reasons why I don't love timing, because this kind of an outcome will probably not be for a while. And I don't know what a while is. This could be a year. This could be 2 years. This could be 3 years. I don't know. But this is what it feels like it will end up being. So yeah, there's hard stuff right now. Yep, absolutely. Sure is. But does it have the potential to reset and try again and heal after the turmoil, after the storm settles down, after stuff starts to get into a healthier place for each of you on your own individual paths? Yeah. So I want to tell you a quick story. Well, it's not going to be a quick story. Let me finish show you these cards first, then I'll tell you my story. So we have the Action, Courage, Jupiter, Beginnings, Attraction, Mars, and Hot, and Open and Receive cards to clarify it. I feel like if you continue to work on you, continue to be taking action for yourself, being brave, having your boundaries, trusting the process, which is very hard, especially when you're not seeing the evidence in the real world, and being open that eventually what's meant to happen will happen, then it'll end up getting here. We can't force it though. You can't be like, well, how? I don't know how. I'm not seeing the how right now. A lot of other stuff has to happen before the how can happen. And the reason why I want to tell you a story, and then I have to get a coffee refill, and then I have to do a bathroom break, and then I'll be back in a minute. But the reason why I wanted to tell you the story, I know I've mentioned my ex/friend Ricardo before on here, and he is an ex-boyfriend of mine we broke up in 2015. We got together in officially we got together in 2013, but we started talking and being friends in 2012. And then we were a couple from 2013 to 2015, end of 2015. And then it got real ugly at the end. Not as bad as your situation. We weren't living together and there wasn't any legal stuff going on, but it got ugly. And so we stopped, totally no contact for a long time. And I really didn't think I was ever going to talk to him again. I really didn't think I'd ever be able to even be okay. I was sad because I lost both my partner and somebody that was my best friend. And, that understood me in a way that didn't make any sense, but he understood me on a level that nobody else understood. And so I was like double mourning that situation, that loss. And I didn't think it was ever going to be something in the future. Fast forward to now. So that was 2015. We're now in 2024. Are we back together? No. Will we ever get back together? I don't know. I can't see a way through to actually get back together. But what I can say is back in 2015, I never thought we'd be where we are right now. And where we are right now is we're best friends. And I see him every couple of weeks. He pops by for a little bit. He calls me almost every day to check in to see how life is. He helps me out. He makes sure I have anything that I need. If I need money, he would give me money. And we're friends. Like there's no physical connection. Like there's nothing between us like that. We're not sleeping together. We haven't been together physically or intimately in that kind of way since we broke up. And there's no like promises or anything like that. The relationship between us is very complex, similar to your stuff. And with us, it's because he has children with somebody that he's with, and he's been with her since we broke up, and he is and has always wanted to be a really good dad, and he is a really good dad. And this person that he's with knows about me, and she's the reason why I don't think we'll ever be together, because there's a lot of layers to this story. This is just a small piece of the story. This is a very brief summary. And he's the only person I've never questioned if he loved me, because I know he did, and I know he still does. His situation is difficult. And is it an excuse? Sure. He could take some steps. He definitely could take some steps. And that's another reason why I don't entertain anything. Because if I said to him, oh yeah, let's try it, he would go for it. He would go for something casual. And I don't want that. I don't want something casual. I want something real with people. And so our situation is complex. Could it ever get to a place where we could be back together and really have a relationship? Yeah, I can see it. I could see that could happen, but he has stuff he needs to do for that to happen. And I don't know if he's ever going to do that. It's possible. Emotionally, we could try again and be happy together. Even today, we could try again and be happy together. But he would have to make some pretty hardcore decisions, and that may include difficulty with custody. Cool. Yeah. So, I mean, in the meantime, it's platonic. It's platonic love, and it's platonic, and it's complicated. It's absolutely complicated. And does she know that we're friends? Sort of. Does she get really pissed when she finds out we're talking? Yep. Do they break up every time and he walks away and he says, I'm not going to stop being friends with her. You can fucking deal with it. Yep. So like, there's a lot of, and I say to him, don't do that. And he's like, I don't care. Like, she chose to stay. That's on her. So it's very interesting and it's very complicated, and there's a lot more to that story than what I'm sharing. But like, I don't know what the future brings. Could maybe someday that end up becoming something where the two of us end up back together. He would have to work really hard for that to work, but if he really wanted it, I could see it. I could see it. I do. I could see it. And I don't ever look back. Like, I don't get back together with people. My Muslim ex, he's totally out of my life. He's been out of my life since 2020. There is no opening that door again. And people before Ricardo, there was no opening that door again. So it's a very unique situation with me and him. And this is why when people ask me yes or no questions about their relationship, I'm just like, it's not as simple as that most of the time. There's layers of gray. Sure, no, they're not wanting to be with you right now, but do they still have feelings? Yeah. Or do they have feelings and they don't want to be with you? Yeah. Like there's lots of layers to relationships. It's not as simple as a yes or no usually. Do your cards look similar for your ex in regards to not seeing the how and when? If you read into it, of course. Do you mean Ricardo? Or do you mean the Muslim? I've never pulled cards around Ricardo, actually, ever. I've never pulled cards around him, I don't think. Oh, no, I did once. Wait a minute. Hold on. It was not too long ago. Let me see if I can find it. So I pulled cards asking what the future would be of me and him. And this was not that long ago. And I got that we could have a family. I got the 10 of Cups. We could have a family, but with major challenges and fights with the 7 of Wands is our challenge. In the mindset, it was the 10 of Swords. So like we could do it, but he would really have to completely end all the other stuff that he has floating around him. The Justice card is the short-term future, which is part of some of what the custody and some of the things he would have to do in order for it to really happen between us. And that is a major barrier. And then the future outcome actually is the Empress, which I don't love because to me, the Empress is could mean as an outcome could mean that I could end up having a kid. And I don't want a kid. And I don't want a kid with him. I don't want a kid at all. So that makes me go, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. And the Judgment is in there too, which is the Return. So there's potential there for us to make it happen. It's just, it would be very hard. It would be very, very hard because his baby mom wants to literally unalive me. So you too, Susie. I might still be here. We'll see how I feel. I'm going to go get a coffee refill and a bathroom break real quick, and then I'm going to come back. I'm feeling pretty good right now. We'll see what happens in a little bit, depending how long you're on. So, yeah, I don't know about that. And I don't try to like delude myself that someday. My mom actually said something to me not that long ago about it. It was on 4th of July. My mom was like, it's just too bad. She goes, it's just too bad that things played out the way they did with the two of you guys because you guys have always taken care of one another, and it's too bad that you can't make it work. And my mom knows the situation. And I was just like, yeah, I agree, but there's no way through. There's a lot of roadblocks there, and the majority of them have to do with legalities and the baby mom. And that would not, I don't know how she would have to willingly be done with him. And it's been 9 years and she's not willingly done with him. So she would have to willingly just be like, okay, I'm not going to fight for anything. Hi, Kay, hun. I am not doing yes or no anymore. I don't do that anymore. I can do a mini reading if you want to subscribe or send $5, or I can pull an angel card for you. Angel cards are what I'm doing for free. I know the feeling on that one. I was told I was going to conceive this year by someone and it scared me. Yeah. So I'm abstaining 100% right now. I'm not doing anything that would get me pregnant. I haven't Sure, Kay. Absolutely. 100%. It's been like 8 months or 9 months or something, and that's not going to change anytime soon. So I'm good. What does Kay need to know? What does Kay need to know right now? You have mystique. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. So I feel like for you, if you push, if you come in confident and strong, you're probably going to get what you're trying to achieve. Chikira, I'm not doing free yes or no, so you can either subscribe for a mini reading or send $5 for a paid mini. Wow, that hit. Thank you. That was what I needed to hear. Thank you so much. You're so welcome, honey. You're very welcome. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to step away super quick. I'll be right back. I just got to refill my coffee and do a quick bathroom break, pit stop, and then I'll be back in a minute. So I'll see you guys in just 3 minutes, maybe 3 to 4 minutes maximum. Just enough time to get those two things done. Refill my coffee and have a bathroom break. Okay, I am back. Woo. Flopping down. Okay. I think I wanted to tell you another story, but I can't really remember what it was. Go figure, right? I don't know. I think I was going to tell the fly story because they're driving me crazy. After my live yesterday, I had an appointment that I had to run to, and there was like black, not fruit flies, but like regular black flies, and they're zipping around. There was two that I thought were zipping around my house, and they were driving me crazy. And I was like, oh, maybe I left the door open, because sometimes when I go out on the deck, I'll leave the back door open a minute, and they'll fly in. No, I must have gotten rid of, either killed or gotten to go outside 25 black flies yesterday. I have no idea, and it's so fucking gross. I have no idea where they're coming from. I can't figure it out. I have no rotted food. I have no trash. My garbage had just gone out on Monday. I have nothing going on with the kitty litter. I have no idea. There's no funny smells anywhere. I cannot figure out where the hell these bugs are coming from, because I have been inside with the door shut the last like 3 days because it's been a freaking sauna outside. So it's not even like I've been outside leaving the door open in and out. And after I got off my live yesterday, I was chasing them around the house. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Where the frig are they coming from? I have no clue. I still can't figure it out. I got rid of most of them yesterday, thankfully. And I called my dad and I'm like, what do you think is like, this has never happened before. I've been here for 6 years. In any place I've ever lived, this has never happened before. And my dad was like, well, maybe, he goes, did you get a delivery? Because I Googled it. And Google said if you brought in a new plant, which I didn't, they were like, maybe it's in the soil. I didn't bring in a new plant. Then they suggested something about animal feces. And I'm like, yeah, it's definitely not that. Because I've had her for 15 years and that's never happened. So it's not that. And then it said something else about rotting food or something. I was like, yep, it's not that either. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know what's causing it, and I don't know how to get rid of it. And my dad was like, did you get a delivery? And I was like, a delivery? What do you mean? He goes, did you get any packages recently? And I was like, yeah, all the time. I got something from Temu. I got something from Chewy for the cat all the time. And he's like, there was probably something that came in with the packages and you didn't notice because it was small, and that's what's happened. And I was just like, oh my God, you might be right. Like, gross. Because like the Chewy box was like destroyed when I brought it in, and it had like her cat litter in it, but her cat litter is made of walnuts. So, but it's not in any of the bedrooms. It's in the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room. I have no idea what the hell's going on, but it's driving me freaking crazy, and it's so gross. It's better today, but yesterday it was really bad, and I don't understand. And that was why it's so gross. And that was why I reached out to a cleaning person, because I've been wanting to hire like $65 an hour. Sounds like, oh, she's talking about how she has no money, and now she's going to give somebody that. So I don't have money to throw away on that. That's a credit card. It would go on a credit card. It would not. There's no cash for that. I don't have cash for that. But it's something that I've been needing to do because it would help me with streamlining. Like, it's one thing I can actually pay somebody to do so then I can work instead. And that's like why I paid somebody to do my yard, so I can work instead. So I don't know what the heck is going on. And I've been thinking about it. I want to pay somebody to do those things for me, but oh no, the paint already is chipped. So actually it's not as good as I had hoped. I've only used this thing like 3 times. Bummer. Maybe I need to find a different company to do that then. Train of thought. Where was I going with that? Oh, so I'm not going to have her clean. Yeah. So I'm not going to have her. There's certain rooms I won't have her clean. Like, I'm not going to have her do the guest room, which is kind of like a storage room right now, or my office, because that's where my altar is. And my office is still pretty like disorganized from when I redid it. I'm not done putting everything back in. Like, there's some stuff that I don't even know where I want to put things yet still. So, and that's another reason why I don't really film in my office right now, because my office is still, I started that project in December. It is July, and it's because I don't have time. I don't have time. Yesterday, in between clients and in between having a bite to eat and cleaning the house because of the flies, I filmed 2 flip throughs. And then after that, I did some stuff on my website. So like, I never stop. And I struggle with that because I would like to have more free time. And I don't know how to do that without changing jobs. And I don't want to change jobs. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. So I gotta figure out something. I don't know. But my mentor that I mentioned, who has a lot of private clients, what she did was she stole them from the website she worked for, which I understand that, but I haven't done something like that. And she also makes she has a lot of money. She has a lot of money. And so she pays somebody to run her website. She pays somebody to run her social media. She doesn't do any of that work. She pays somebody to clean for her. She literally doesn't, she's constantly going for hikes and walks and hanging out with friends, and because she has the money to do that. That's not where I'm at. That's not where I'm at. And she does a lot of workshops, but they're like fluffy bunny manifestation workshops where like, oh, you can have anything you want. No. And I just won't compromise my philosophies or my integrity to make money. I just won't. I won't do it. I know I can. I won't. Oh, the twin flame thing. You had asked me about that before. So I do. I started to do a series on that, and then I forgot. I got distracted, and I haven't continued to do the series. I will someday wrap up that series. When I first heard of twin flame, the very first time I ever heard of it, it's a big buzz term now, but the first time I ever heard of it was in 2016, and it was not a big buzz term. People didn't know what twin flame was. Most people didn't know what a twin flame was back then. And when I heard about it, I had been following a few different like angel readers on YouTube. And one of them mentioned it, and I didn't really look into it or anything. She used to do a series for twin flame readings, and I didn't fully understand, didn't fully pay attention to it, didn't really care until my ex and I broke up. So this was my ex Ahmed. We split up in early 2017, and I have never had a problem moving forward from a relationship, and I've had a lot of relationships, and I really had a hard time with this one. I had such a hard time letting it go, moving forward, getting over it. We're talking 6 months, and I was still crying every night. It was hard. It was really hard for me, and I didn't understand why. And I also felt like we were supposed to be together, like we were supposed to get back together. Like it had such an impact on me. I didn't get it. And then the twin flame thing came in, and I was like, he's my twin flame. That's what's going on here. So I was looking for an explanation. I was looking for some kind of explanation of why. And that was back when I was reading with my mentor. Her name's Jocelyn. But she never encouraged the twin flame thing. In fact, she doesn't believe in it, which is interesting. So I just kept feeling like it was supposed to happen. Like we were supposed to be together. It wasn't done. And I even tried to like reconnect with Ricardo at that point because we still had a really solid connection, and I wasn't interested, which surprised me. So I was like, yeah, something's off. I don't know what it is. Like I was able to move on from Ricardo. So if I was able to move on, and that was like my deepest relationship I had ever had. So if I was able to move on from that, I was like, what is going on with this? And then I found out, I learned like the runner, the chaser, I learned all the terms around twin flame. And I was like, oh, that really feels like what I'm going through. That makes a lot of sense. So I bought into the theory. And this is why I believe labels are so freaking dangerous. Because when we're in a state of emotional distress, and when we're trying to justify why we feel a certain way, when maybe we just feel a certain way because we feel a certain way, a label kind of feeds the vulnerability, feeds off of the vulnerability. And the label of twin flames, in my opinion, is so toxic because it allows people to excuse behavior. It allows us to be like, well, they just don't get it because they're my twin flame, but they don't understand yet. They're not awake yet. there's a lot of dangerous thought processes behind that. What's a better way to say it? Because I see why people say it. It just sounds so cheesy. The twin flame thing, I wouldn't put a label on it at all. And it does sound cheesy. I wouldn't put see, that's the problem. If you put a label on something, you're putting it into a box. You're putting it in a category. You're putting it in a cookie cutter expectation. So, and I've learned that on my personal journey. This isn't something that I was taught. This is something that I experienced personally. By putting a label on it, it says it's okay because it fits into this definition, or you want it to fit into this definition. So if this person is running from you, they're just not aware yet, and you can chase them, and they'll catch you. They'll come back, and they're going to treat you poorly because they don't get it yet. They're not awakened yet, and people don't understand, and we'll figure it out. It basically makes it sound like you're supposed to be together, but you're not enough for each other right now, or something. And I've watched a lot of dangerous things around twin flames. I've watched people become stalkers. I have watched people get sent to jail because they firmly believed that this person was their twin flame, and that person wanted nothing to do with them, and they got restraining orders, and they still ended up pursuing it anyway. That I agree with. Words are spells. They have a lot of power, and putting things out there can be very dangerous. You got to be very mindful of the things that you're trying to create, or the things that you're calling in, the things that you're saying. So I've seen some really, and I'm going to do a whole twin flame series. It is on my list of to-dos. It's just I have a bazillion other things going on right now, so I haven't really been recording videos lately. But this will be part of that series when I get to it at some point. But I've seen some really, really shitty things happen. I've seen some really bad, abusive, physically violent, sexually violent, toxic, and people go back anyway because it's their twin flame, and it just continues to be that terrible, and because it's their twin flame. I've seen people try to destroy other people's marriages because the person that they believe is their twin flame is in a marriage, and they don't want to have anything to do with them, but they believe this. I even have seen an influencer who I really don't follow at all anymore encourage people to continue on their twin flame journey, even if it makes no sense. So, for example, she says that this particular person that I'm thinking about, she's very kind. She's very kind. She doesn't mean anything malicious. She doesn't mean to hurt or harm anybody. She's sharing her personal experiences. But the thing is that her personal experiences, in my opinion, are toxic. And I mean, that's just my opinion. Other people definitely don't agree with me, and that's fine. Obviously, she doesn't think that. But she believes that her twin flame is somebody that she met on vacation once, who lives halfway across the world, who speaks a different language, who lives in a different country, who is married with children, and she's been waiting for this person for 15 years. She has not had a relationship with anybody in 15 years because she is waiting for this person who she believes is her twin flame, and they've been out of contact for almost 9 years. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is why it is dangerous as hell, because time goes by and you're sitting there waiting for this person who isn't on the same journey as you. Is he her twin flame? Maybe, I don't know. But he's obviously not on the same page. he's clearly not on the same page. He is investing in a marriage that he is happy in, with children, in another country, speaking another language, in another culture. He's not feeding her dream or fantasy. And she's put her entire life on hold. She wanted children. Now she's in her 50s. She's never going to have kids because she waited for 15 years and is still waiting for this man who isn't interested. She wanted a partner, doesn't have one, still has roommates at 50 years old, in her 50s, because she's waiting for this guy. She has never like really stepped into and embracing her life because everything is about waiting for this relationship that will probably never happen. And this is why it is so incredibly dangerous, because 15 years has gone by. Is she going to wait another 15 years and she's going to be in her 70s and still waiting for who she thinks is her twin flame? She has missed out on a lifetime of experiences. Could there have been somebody else in her life that could have come along if she actually tried, that she could have been happy? Yeah. But she's rigid as hell. What? She's rigid as hell. And, eventually she's going to be an old, withered lady who didn't experience any kind of romantic love for 40 years because she was waiting for somebody who she's not even on their radar. That, to me, is somebody that needs to go to a mental health professional and work on whatever wounds that are causing that. Then, spirituality doesn't solve everything. It can solve a lot, but she needs somebody to hold the mirror up to her face and be like, what the fuck are you doing? She doesn't want to hear it, though. So she's going to do what she wants to do. And that's fine. That's on her. I mean, that's her choice. That's her life. That's her lesson. That's that. But this is why I feel like, what on earth? Hold on one second. Weird. I don't even know what that's about, but whatever. Hey, Helen. Welcome, hon. How are you? So that's just a little version of my story, but that's why I don't feed that fantasy. And I'm not saying that they don't exist at all, because could they? Oh, and the flies I got 3 of them flying around right now. I don't know where the hell they're coming from. Could twin flames exist? Sure, but I think that they are way more rare than people believe. Everybody thinks that they have a twin flame that they're going to be with in this lifetime, and I don't think that's reality in my personal experiences. Because when I believed that Ahmed was my twin flame, and I was obsessed about getting back with him, I manifested it. We got back together, and we were together from August 2017 until February 2020. And there's some really beautiful moments in there. Absolutely. But should I have not gotten back together with him and just worked harder on getting over it? 100%. Because in February 2017, because I've done a lot of shadow work around this, and in February 2017, he basically said to me, this isn't going to work. I don't want to do this. And it's because he knew then that we didn't have a future. He didn't say it like that. What he said was, I'm too busy to give you what you deserve. So I thought, what the hell? Why can't we just work through this? And I didn't understand. when really this was him like saying, I am not ever going to bring you into my world. I'm not going to bring you into my family. We don't have a future. It's not going to happen. He didn't say those things to me because he was too nice. And then months went by and we ended up getting back together because he did miss me. It's not that he didn't care, but it was more that he had his own issues that he wasn't going to work on overcoming. And no, I don't think it's easy to see it in the cards. I can see that there's lessons, but it doesn't necessarily, the karmic lesson piece of it, I don't know how much I believe in that part. Honestly, I don't have a full formed opinion there about that. But so we got back together and then we ended up breaking up anyway because of the same reason that we broke up in the first place. And I just wasted. I mean, it was a lesson for sure, but wasted another like 2.5 years of my life trying to make it work with somebody that I thought I had a future with that I didn't have a future with because he saw it. We didn't have a future in February 2017. And if I had just like accepted that or worked harder on my own mental health and accepting that it really was done, that cycle wouldn't have continued. And that is why I believe twin flames are toxic. Because instead of finding a spiritual excuse or reason or label and just actually like went to therapy and talked to somebody and worked on the grieving process and releasing something that wasn't meant for me, I would have been in two totally different places. I probably would have been in a better, healthier, stable relationship instead of continuing and then getting really messed up over it, because I think that he was a little bit of a covert narcissist, a little bit, not major. But as the relationship continued, he would gaslight me a lot. And then I found myself walking on eggshells a lot and like just tiptoeing around things and avoiding conflict and not standing up for myself. And like, he did a lot of damage. I allowed the damage. He did a lot of damage. And all of that could have been avoided if I had just gone to therapy and not been like, oh, he's my twin flame. He's my twin flame. So spiritual answers can be very dangerous. Is my life destroyed because of it? No. But did it throw me off? And has it caused me a lot of grief and a lot of rebuilding and a lot of need to reflect? I mean, I have not had a relationship since then. That was in 2020. I have not had an actual committed relationship since 2020. And it's not because I haven't dated. I've dated. It's just because I haven't been in a solid place for one. I have been attracting people that are emotionally unavailable, or I've been choosing to spend time with people that are emotionally unavailable because I'm still screwed up from what I thought was a twin flame thing. So like, it does a lot of damage. And I don't know. As far as karmic lessons, karmic people, karmic relationships, I don't know how I feel about that. I do feel like you can see that there's lessons that are being learned in a reading, but karmic in nature, I'm very on the fence. I mean, I believe karma exists, but I'm very on the fence about how, because I've seen karma play out in real time for people. But I'm on the fence about how there's these definitions about, oh, well, this is a karmic lesson you brought into this lifetime, or this is a karmic thing that you need to learn from the past life. And I don't know how much I believe about that. I feel like, again, that's a dangerous label. It's excusing things or explaining things, and it stops us from doing the mundane real world work. It's just like, oh, well, it's a spiritual reason. Kind of like how back in the day. So, all right, where my brain is going with it, and I don't think I've ever said this out loud before, back in the day, back in the 1940s, 1930s, 1920s, 1950s, I'm not even sure, but decades and decades and decades ago, okay? When Catholicism was the big thing, and it still is, Christianity was the big thing. And especially like the turn of the century, so 1900s, early 1900s, when the mental health world was really minimal, almost nothing, and they didn't have a lot of understanding in how human psychology was and human psychiatry. When people would have schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, they would believe, they meaning doctors, priests, people at that time, would believe somebody that had a mental health disorder was possessed by a demon and needed an exorcism. That was the reasoning back then. That was the believed and understood and accepted reasoning, when really this person did not have a demon inside of them. They had a medical chemical imbalance in their brain and could have been medicated. Of course, the medications and that discovery didn't happen at that time, but they could have been functioning humans. They didn't have a freaking demon. They had a mental health issue. And that kind of stuff, so like the twin flame, the karmic partners, the karmic lessons, the past life karma, the ancestral trauma, there's a little bit of that I do believe in, but like all those, like what's the other term that I'm thinking of that I want to use? The generational curses, those things, are those just another version of schizophrenia / demons / exorcisms, but it's modern day? Are those things that there's better explanations in the mundane, but people are just searching for an easier explanation? Could be. The more I've been doing this work, the longer I've been doing it, the more I've been doing it full time, the more exposure I've had to people and things, a lot of things boil down to more of psychiatry and psychology than actual spirituality. A lot. Not all of it, but a lot. A lot of the choices that we make as individuals in relationships have to do with our psychological wiring. It's not spiritual, it's psychological. Can it be read in the cards? 100%. And have I helped people work through, even though I'm not any kind of mental health professional, have I helped people acknowledge like where they're going sideways because they're making choices because of their wiring? Yeah. Is it a diagnosis? No, I don't go anywhere near that. But have I helped people get into healthy connections and healthy relationships with themselves and others because I'm noticing their patterns through the cards? Totally. But is it actually spiritual? I mean, yeah, because I'm reading the energy through the cards. I didn't give you a mental health test. I didn't sit down and say, tell me about your childhood traumas. I can see it in the cards. But a lot of it is psychological. Like, we're trying to be people pleasers. That's psychological. Or we want to buy somebody's love with our attention and our affection because we don't feel like we're worth it. Psychological. Do I see it here? 100%. So there's definitely a balance there between psychology and spirituality. But I will never pretend. And a lot of times people will use me as a therapist instead of a reader. Instead of going to a therapist, a lot of people will come to me with their stuff. And sometimes it's okay. And sometimes it's like, I can't take this on. Somebody placed an order with me from a company that I worked with. And I'm not going to tell the names, nothing. Like, I'll keep that part confidential because I don't ever want people to think that I'm putting them on blast on the internet. But somebody came to me in one of the companies that I worked for and placed an order for a 3-minute video reading. I got paid $4 for this. The person paid $10, I think, $10 or $12. I made $4 for it. And they wanted me to tell them so this one individual, they wanted me to tell them why they were so unhappy. That was it. Why am I so unhappy? Why do I hate my life? Nobody likes me. Everything goes wrong. Why am I so unhappy? That is something for a therapist. That is not something for a psychic. That is something for a therapist. You need to go and find tools and support. I'm not going to solve that problem in 3 fucking minutes. But I pulled cards because I had to, because it was my job. And I encouraged them to go work on themselves. Well, they liked the reading so much, they come back a week later. Same thing. $12 or $10 for a 3-minute reading. I make $4 in my pocket for it. This person now wants me to tell them how they can find self-esteem. How they can find self-confidence. How can I find self-confidence? Go to a fucking therapist. And I'm not allowed to say that because I'm not a mental health professional and I worked for a company and that was against the rules. Those words just sound like trauma bonding words. It's so easy to throw them out and get attention to seek a quick answer. I've been there. Yeah, and we've all been there. I've been there. I used to be addicted to getting readings, especially when I was with Ricardo, because I knew that when he was cheating on me, I could feel it. And I just needed somebody to tell me that I was right. And I must have read with 50 different readers on California psychics. And only one was right out of 50 of them. It might have even been more than 50. I have no idea. Honestly, because it was so long ago, it was in 2015. I have no idea. But I spent thousands of dollars going to all different readers on California psychics, because back then that was like the only really, people weren't doing readings on YouTube or TikTok or things like TikTok didn't even exist. And they just kept saying, no, he's not cheating on you. He's not cheating on you. He's not cheating on you. Every person I talked to, he's not cheating on you. He's not cheating on you. I could feel it. He's not cheating on you. He's not cheating on you. He's not cheating on you. Thousands and thousands of dollars later, months and months and months, maybe even years later, I find out that he was cheating on me the whole time. And if I had just listened here and not gone out external trying to get answers, I would have walked way before and saved a lot of freaking money and time. How do you feel about replacing therapy with someone else that's more new age? I find therapy keeps you in a loop in a sense. You're rehashing constantly, not separating from it and healing. I feel like it depends on the therapy. It definitely depends on the therapy, because I'm in therapy, but I'm working with a holistic practitioner. She is a social worker, but she's a holistic person. So she likes crystals. She understands astrology. She knows about shadow work. She believes in somatic healing. Like, it's a different approach to therapy. It's not a traditional therapeutic approach. That is part of it. It does have to do with finding a proper therapist, because yes, some of that, I've been to therapists that I didn't connect with. There was one guy that I did try to go to therapy, I think, when I was with Ahmed at one point. And I got assigned to some guy in a practice, and he was old, and he just kept telling me stories about him and his wife, and that we would work things out, and he didn't listen to anything I had to say. And I was just like, no, that's not what I'm going through. It has not, like, you're white and your wife is white and you're both from the same culture. That has nothing, it's nothing like what I'm going through right now. And I stopped going because I just felt like I wasn't being heard. But I do feel like it's important to find somebody that you resonate with, because there's some that really don't hear you and that do keep you on a loop. Holistic. Yeah. So the group, the therapy that I go to, the therapist I go to is part of a holistic healing group. It's actually, strangely enough, down the street from my house. And it's not as unique as it used to be. There's more and more holistic approaches to therapy than there were 5 years ago. But this particular group that I go to, they offer all kinds of things. So I see her in our one-on-one sessions, but the company, the group, They offer all kinds of new age, spiritual, holistic courses, classes, workshops, things. They have a podcast. They offer like artwork, healing through artwork. They do yoga. They do full moon and new moon ceremonies. They do I took a shadow work workshop through them. They do all kinds of different workshops. They offer stuff that I wouldn't go to just because it's not something that I need. Like they offer things for people that are in transition or in the LGBTQ community. I'm none of those things, so I obviously wouldn't go to that. But there's a lot of different workshops that I've had my eye on. Some are free, some are paid. So I don't do, like, it depends on how interested I am in the content. But they do a lot of stuff. They do sound healing. They do all kinds of stuff. And I found this place through I was in a festival. It was called the Healing Arts Festival. So it was kind of like a fair, sort of, for healing modalities. I was friends with one of the girls that was running it because I knew her through another person, and I had just started doing this business like full time. So she had reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be in it. And I was like, sure. So I went, so I did it. And this therapy group, the girl that is like the owner, her name's Kristen. The owner was there, and she talked about modalities to healing in a therapeutic way and what her center has to offer. And when I decided in 2020 I wanted to go to therapy, they were the ones I reached out to right away. And they take my insurance. And I was like, yes. So, I mean, most of what I do with them is over the internet. It's like Zoom, they call it telehealth, but it's still the thing I like about, I use my therapist more, not so much as a tool, but I use her more as somebody to just chat with, mostly, because I don't have a lot of people in my life that I talk to, believe it or not. Every day I'm focused on my customers. Customers don't pay me for the most part. I mean, you guys are a little bit different, but customers don't, hold on, I'm going to reset my TikTok. There has not been anybody in my room for almost 25 minutes. So let me reset that for a minute and we'll see if anybody comes back in. And if not, then yeah, it's ridiculous. I've been on there for 2.5 hours and I've only had 200 viewers, which is so disgusting, honestly. Let me go back on. And I tried to do it differently this time because I tried to schedule it ahead of time and let people know, hey, I'm going to be live this time. Didn't matter. But shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so customers pay me to listen to them. Customers pay me to dump their stuff on me, basically. Not all, but most. And for me to tell them what their future is going to be. For me to say, they're there, it'll be okay, let's work through this, whatever. They pay me to listen to them. They don't pay me to listen to me, about me. As soon as I get a paycheck, I'm going to seek someone. I need it, given that there's literally no support groups or like-minded people in my current surroundings. Yeah. So I would call your health insurance company, if you have health insurance, and ask them for referrals to a holistic, go through your health insurance if it's covered, but for a holistic therapeutic practice. And they usually can steer you in the right direction. So, hey guys, welcome. I am free angel cards. If you'd like a card, I need your name and then hashtag FYP to get a free angel card. Mini readings are $5, or you can subscribe and always get a mini reading when I go live. And that is what we are offering today. So yeah, I would do that, Keisha. I would definitely reach out to your health insurance and just be like, hey, can you recommend something that would take my health insurance? Because that's kind of where I start. You're providing daily and not being provided for. I'm sorry and hope that it changes along with your finances. You truly deserve it and more. Thank you. It's not your fault. It's just what it is. Unfortunately, it's part of the job. So with hey guys, welcome. I am doing a free angel card for everybody. So if you'd like me to pull one, just give me your name and hashtag FYP and we can pull a message for you. But yeah, so people don't pay me for me to tell you about me. People come, hi Prisha, okay, let's get one for you. Let's see what you need to know. Prisha, what does Prisha need to know today? This one wants to come out. I see it right here. You get Celeste, a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. So if there's stuff that you've been waiting for that's new for a shift, that is a great message for you. Kevin, you're so welcome. Kevin, let's see. What does Kevin need to know today? And just for you guys that are here, if you don't know, if you subscribe to the channel, you get a free mini reading when I go live every time. It's not just today. So it's something that's worth checking out. Oh, you're seriously the only person who calms my ADHD and anxiety. I'm so glad you popped up on my feed. Oh, you're welcome. Kevin, what does Kevin need to know? Oop. Let's see. Kevin, you have Desire. No, Desiree. Conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help guide you and comfort you. So if there's something that you've been wondering about and worrying about, it is feeling like there's another pathway that you need to go, a different direction. Trisha. What does Trisha need to know? Okay. Adriana, I am leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I am communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. You're welcome, Kevin. So Trisha, if you have been receiving messages in your dreams or maybe meditation time, or you wake up feeling a certain way, those are legit messages. It's not something that is just in your head or something that you're hoping, but it's reality. So make sure you're listening and honoring those. Mo, I am not doing free yes or no. I don't do that anymore. It's only paid. So you can either subscribe for a mini reading or pay $5 for a mini reading, or I can pull an angel message for you. You're so welcome, Trisha. Every time, any subscriber, anytime I'm live gets a free mini reading. So that's something that I highly recommend for you guys to check out if you're interested in getting mini readings. Thank you for the follow. So Keisha, to finish that thought, with the therapy piece, like I talk to clients all day about their stuff, but I don't talk to anybody about my stuff. And by the time I'm done, like I said, I do like 12-hour days, 8 to 12-hour days usually of readings. So by the time I'm done at the end of the day, I don't even want to talk to anybody. I have a couple people in my life that I can call and have a conversation with and vent and chat about things. And I just don't even feel like it. My battery gets burned out. Like I just want to be alone most of the time after I'm done working with customers all day long. And so what happens with my therapy is she's the one I talk to about it all. And one of the reasons why I ended up going to therapy in the first place was because I couldn't keep dumping my stuff on the few people that I talk to, the few people that I trust enough to share with them what's going on in my life. I couldn't keep dumping everything on them. So I don't go to my therapist for solutions, not for the most part. It's more like I just need somebody to talk to. I just need somebody to tell what I'm stressed out about, what's on my mind, what I'm worried about, what I'm going through. I don't talk too much about the past with her. There's so many things that I've wanted to process through with her, and I just haven't even gotten around to it because every time I meet with her, there's something else on my mind that I want to talk about. So that's kind of how that works. But it is what it is. But it's a great tool for me anyway. I find it. She actually recommended to me way back in the day. We're talking like 4 years ago now. 3 years ago, whenever it was I started reading with her, working with her, I mean, I had asked her, how does she deal with being on camera with clients all day long that put their stuff on you? And like, how do you not absorb that energy? Because I still was struggling, especially on video. And it's when I was starting to go live a lot. I struggle on video. I'm not, it's not really the way it used to be. I've found tools to work with it since. But back then, I used to get dizzy. I used to get nauseous. I used to get really lightheaded. I would feel too much energy from the video. And I asked her, I was like, this must happen to you. What do you do? She had a huge, it was way bigger than this, but she had a big piece of selenite. And she's like, I keep it right on my laptop when I'm streaming with people. She goes, I keep it between me and the device. So on the laptop or in front of the phone, so that the energy gets filtered through the selenite instead of it coming directly to her. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. And I started doing it and it made a big difference. And then the other layer that I added was veiling, because I used to have a viewer, and I'm sure they still exist. I don't think they're just on a different time zone, I believe. They used to come to my YouTube lives when I would do readings at night. And they definitely have some neurospicy stuff where they don't understand social cues. They don't understand boundaries and that kind of thing. So I try to be patient, but this person has a very particular energy, and I blocked them on numerous occasions on my YouTube, and they make a new account and they come back in, and the way that their wording is and their energy feeling, it's exactly the same every time, even if the screen name is different. And anytime they would be in the room watching my channel, I would get dizzy, especially if I didn't have a veil on. I would get really dizzy, and because their energy is very heavy, and it's like, think of it like a vampire, like sucking the energy from me. And it got real bad for a while, like really bad. Anytime they were in the room, I would get really dizzy, and I wouldn't be able to do the readings for people. Like, I remember I used to do readings for Kristen live a lot, and I'd be doing a reading for her, and this person is making comments about every single card that comes out. And I was like, you're not doing, and I would have to warn them, and I would have to be rude, and I didn't like being rude, and I'd have to be nasty about it. And after a while, I'd block them, and the next thing you know, they popped up with another account. And it became such a thing. Like, so yeah, it's definitely tricky for me with doing, and that's one of the reasons why I don't charge so much when I'm doing a live reading, because you're not getting my full attention. You're not. I'm distracted by the music. I'm distracted by other people in the chat. I'm feeling other people's energies. You're not getting guided attention, which is why I don't charge a lot for live readings. But the problem is, people don't pay at all anymore. People don't pay at all. Nobody wants to pay for a live reading for whatever reason. So then I can't stay on. I mean, I've been on for 2 hours and 15 minutes now, and I've made $0. $0. when I could be working my other jobs and making $100, making $200, making $50. It'd be more than zero. So yeah, that's the tricky thing with being online, because you just have to show up and not care about the money. And I don't care about the money, but I have bills to pay. I have to be, my mortgage alone is $2,000. That's just my mortgage. That's not my student loans. That's not my credit cards. That's not my groceries. That's not my heat and electric. That's not my water and sewer. That's not bills that I have to pay for the cat. That's not doctor's bills. That's not medications. That's not vitamins. That's not daily necessities. My monthly bills that I have to pay is close to $4,000 a month. And if I don't make that, then it goes on a credit card, and then I can't pay a credit card. And people think that like I just can sit here and give away everything and anything at all times. And like the part that's frustrating is that. So that's crazy, right? You wouldn't walk into a lawyer's office and say, hey, represent me for free. And I know I'm not the same as a lawyer. I'm not saying that. People like me, because I'm online, because I'm just a reader, because I'm a robot. I don't know. People think I'm a robot. They treat me like I'm a robot. I had to do a reading for somebody last night that I stopped reading for. I refused to read for. My newest thing is I will not read for people if they're not working on themselves. If I have a client that is asking the same shit for 4 fucking years and they're not listening to my guidance, I'm done. I'm not, because all that does is exhaust me. I had a client call me last night who I've been reading for since 2020 or maybe 2021. And I'm pretty sure he's stalking the female that he asks about. Pretty sure. I don't have any actual evidence of it, but I'm pretty sure. And this female is involved with another man. She's not speaking to my client. This has been going on for almost 3 years now. And every time my client comes to me, he wants me to tell him what's going on with her and the guy. When is she going to come forward? How does she feel about him? And he sends me a bunch of pictures because he expects me to read the pictures, but I don't read pictures. But what I can see is his energy is very, very negative. It's very heavy. His energy, his picture actually makes me think of a serial killer, which is a horrible thing to say, but it's what I see in his picture. There's something about him that is incredibly creepy. And I've given advice repeatedly over 4 years to leave this woman alone, stop chasing her, give her space, let her figure her shit out. Just stop it. She's not interested right now. Leave it alone. And every time he doesn't listen to me, he got into a literal fist fight with the dude that she's with. And he's constantly reaching out to her. And he is mad that she still hasn't made any progress towards him. Are you kidding me? No, Kristen, I don't do yes or no. I only do paid readings. If you'd like something for free, I am pulling angel cards, but that is it. You can subscribe for mini readings. I do mini readings for my subscribers every time I go live, or you can send $5 for a mini reading. So yeah, I'm at the place now where I'm done with because when I started doing readings, I read for everybody and anybody, and I didn't have any boundaries, and I didn't care, and I just did it. I need to make money. I just did it. But now I'm at a place where, and financially I can't afford it, but energetically I also can't afford to feed into people who aren't growing, who aren't trying to grow, who are doing the same thing and asking the same questions for 5 years and mad at me because the progress hasn't been made, because they're not taking any accountability for their choices or their actions. And so I fired a lot of customers over a little while recently, because do I want their money? Of course I do. But I need my peace of mind more than I need somebody's money. I'll figure it out. I have credit cards. I'll figure it out. I'd rather do that than feed some stalker's delusion and take their money. It feels like dirty money to me. I can't do that anymore. So that's where I'm at on my journey with my business. I just don't want to do that anymore. So I've been on here for almost 2.5 hours. Do you do those kinds of readings? What kinds of readings, Ren? Oh my gosh, I never pulled a collective I never pulled collective cards for the day. I totally got distracted, never did that. What kind of readings are you talking about? So we're gonna pull cards for the collective today before I go, and then I'm getting ready to wrap up because I've been on here for almost, by the time I'm done, it'll probably be 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I have bills to pay and I've made $0, so I gotta get going. Hi, Kaylin, how are you? Hi, Rachel, welcome. By the way, you guys, those of you that are watching, if you're interested, I am doing a true crime tarot live tomorrow evening where we're going to talk about everything that's been going on in the Karen Reed situation, and then we're going to pull some cards and predictions around that going forward. We're going to combine my two loves, tarot and true crime. I've started that as a new little mini series that I've been offering on my channels. All right, let's look at the collective. The message for the day of what we need to know as the collective. I'm not sure if you're still here, Ren, or what you meant by what kind of, maybe it filtered out your question because I didn't see you answer me. I'm not sure what those kinds of readings are that you meant. I do tarot readings. There's certain things I won't look at. Like I won't look at legal. The only legal stuff I look at is like the fun true crime stuff. Like it's not like, and it's just for entertainment. It's not for like a promised outcome. I don't do medical and I don't do pregnancy. So I'm not sure if that's what you're asking. If you're interested in trying to find in like looking at what kind of things I offer, my website is linked in my bio and you can go over there and there's a whole list of stuff on my website about what I offer. I'm actually running a summer sale for appointments, and I am also running a sale for an email reading that's in my store. So under appointments, there's a summer sale, and under the store, there is an email sale. All right, let's see what we need to know as a collective today. Any of my paid members, either subscribers on TikTok or members on YouTube, I'm going to be wrapping up soon. So if I did not pull cards for you today, it is your time to speak up so I can do that for you before I sign off, because I will not be back on for tarot readings until Monday. What do we need to know for the collective? We have the Death card. The Queen of Pentacles in the reversal. Oh, Keisha, are you still there? I meant to grab my rods and show you how it works for me. The Ace of Cups. I can do that real quick too if you're still here before I sign off. And then what do we got? The Hierophant, the Seven of Wands, and then the Hanged Man. Interesting. I feel like a lot of people are going through transformation right now with this Death card. There's a lot of, and that actually aligns really well with the astrology. There's been a lot of shifting and changing that's been happening overall with the Saturn retrograde, the Neptune retrograde. We're going to be going into Mercury shadow period retrograde next week. We just came out of a Cancer new moon, which was very emotional, very draining, very bringing up a lot of upheaval and sadness in a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, a lot of processing, a lot of releasing, a lot of endings and new beginnings. The death card for me is not about a death, and it's not about a flat out ending. It's about things transforming into another thing. So to me, the way I see the death card very often, the energy around the death card is like a caterpillar that went into the cocoon that comes out as a butterfly. The caterpillar didn't die, it changed into a butterfly. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Thanks for everything always. You and Tonks have a beautiful day. Oh, okay. I don't know if you're going or if you're just saying goodbye because I said I was getting ready to wrap up. Did you want me to go do the rods real quick? I can grab the rods after I'm done this if you're still around. So I do feel that this is something that a lot of people are going through today, but also lately. This is a heavier energy. It's not just a daily energy. It's a bigger thing. And then with the Queen of Pentacles in the reversal, a lot of people feel tired to me. There's a lot of exhaustion, a little bit more needing to be more aware of finances, maybe not overspending, maybe being wise about where we're investing our money, but also where we're investing our energy and what we're pouring into. With the Ace of Cups and then the Hierophant, I do love that. So some people are going to have an opportunity for romance, for commitment right now. New beginnings around that is concerned. Some of you might be actually getting into solid, real, romantic, loving relationships. Some of you might be moving. Some of you might be reconnecting with somebody, or even finding a teacher or a mentor that can help guide you in the path that you really are looking for, something that you're hoping to get a better clarity. Because our card today, our oracle card that we had today is navigating by the stars, and that's actually something that I am being pulled to talk about. So it's almost like a very similar, especially with this Hierophant energy. I feel like it is this very similar energy of finding our way and having support in finding our way, and having support by people and energies in our spirits that really genuinely love us and are helping us get into a direction of where we really belong, finding where we belong, finding what makes us thrive and what makes us happy. I feel like that's coming through as a big theme, not just today, but like these two are really big energies. So not just today, but also in the next few days to come. Seven of Wands was next, and that is very defensive energy, but it's also making sure you stand up for yourself. Something might happen with this Hierophant energy or with the relationship that puts you on guard, that's making you feel like you need to say something. Say whatever is necessary. Do not walk on eggshells for other people, because when we dim ourselves, then it makes it more difficult for us to speak up later on. It becomes a pattern. We don't want to do that. We don't need to attack others, but if there's something that happens that is making you feel like you're uncomfortably physically, something needs to come out word-wise. And if you're not sure about what the right words are, take some people walk all over you. Hi guys, I'm not doing free. Subscribe. Right now I'm doing a collective reading. So with the Hanged Man, I do feel like as the day is wrapping up, there is that need to go with the flow, that need to reflect, which I already said, that need to slow down and making sure that you're really checking in with self, that you're listening to your guides, that you're not rushing to make decisions. Because with this Hanged Man energy, I do feel like sometimes we feel this pressure of you need to hurry up, get it done, hurry up, get an answer, hurry up, figure it out, hurry. No. Most of the time, the hurry is not life or death. Of course, there's moments where, sure, we need to hurry up and make a decision because of that. But overall, you're allowed to take a minute. You're allowed to take 5 minutes. You're allowed to take 2 days. In this economy, in this culture, in this world lately, instant gratification is such a problem. And the need to have consistent, instant, always connection in being able to access to you and you having access to people that is a problem, because when we have such access to others, we don't even know what we want or what we feel. All we want is that addiction of having the attention, having the access to other people. So this talks about slowing the heck down, not controlling things, taking hands off the wheel, allowing things to flow, allowing things to play out the way that they need to play out, not pushing, and just letting it all happen. And I feel like that is going to be a big, important message for many of you over the next couple of days. Keisha, you still there? So those of you that are still here, I am you can either subscribe for a mini reading or you can send $5 for a paid reading. I can pull an angel card if you'd like. I just need your name and hashtag FYP. And Keisha, I don't think you're still there because you're not answering me. So I'm doing a last call for paid readings because I've been on here for almost 2 hours and 45 minutes, and it is time for me to start wrapping up. If you guys would like a paid reading, you can always find me at melsdivination.com. My website is in my profile. And it looks like nobody is speaking up, so I am going to log off of TikTok. So I will be back on tomorrow night, actually, but not for paid readings. I will be back on tomorrow night for True Crime Tarot. My next session of live readings will be on Monday. If you're interested in that, you can catch me then. And if not, you can just find me at my website. I'll see you guys all later. Have a great rest of your day dealing with that shit. Okay, I'm going to go grab the rods real quickly, and then I'm going to go. But I'm going to show you the rods because I kept meaning to do that. I don't do well with them, so don't expect anything big. But I'm gonna show you what happens for me when I have them. They're in the other room, so just give me a quick second. I'm going to grab them, and then I'll show you. Flies everywhere. Okay, so this is what I have for the rods. It comes in this thing. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Actually, I should probably turn my fan off too, because I bet the fan's gonna blow them. So these are like more expensive ones that I got from Amazon. And as you can see, they're not bent. They're straight. They're solid copper. These things roll. And supposedly they move certain ways when you ask, right? But the reason why I don't feel like they work for me is because literally whenever I breathe, they move. And that when I watch people, that's not how it works. So I'm going to go turn my fan off so there's nothing blowing. And then I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, so now there's no air movement. All right, let me sit back a little bit further so you can see. Okay, so it's so ridiculous. Okay, so I'm breathing right now. That's why they're moving. Now I'm going to hold my breath and not breathe. Hold on, let me set them back, my thumbs. But I'm going to hold my breath and not breathe, and I'm going to just stay very, very still, and we'll see if they move at all. Ready? They're not moving. Okay, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna breathe, and I'm gonna talk, and we're gonna try to put them where they're supposed to be. Back to, let's see if they show us. See, they're moving because I'm talking, and because I'm breathing. I'm staying still for the most part, but I'm also moving just a tiny bit. Like there's a teeny tiny bit of me that's moving because I'm talking. Now, okay, so they're straight. I'm not breathing. I'm not talking. Ready? They don't move when I'm not breathing or talking. When I'm talking, they start to move because I'm talking and because they're very, very sensitive with the slight bit of movement and breath. It's because I'm talking. But if I stop talking and I stay still and I don't breathe, they don't move. So could it be because I didn't ask a question? Sure, maybe. But it's definitely because I'm breathing. It's breathing and talking. That's why they're moving intentionally. But also, I can tell you, you can move them back and forth. If you have your thumbs up here, you can move them. They move. You can control the way they move. And I've never really paid attention to see if anybody does that, but you can make them move too. All right. Let me see. Let's think about a yes or no question. Like, okay, the president of the United States, right? So right now, Joe Biden is the president of the United States. But before we do that, we'll do a test of like, show me yes, show me no, so we can see which way yes. And usually yes is this way. They cross one way or another, and usually no is this way. But we'll see. Let's try it out and see what happens. And I'm not going to breathe. I'm going to say, show me yes. No, first I'll say, show me no, because it actually has to swing open. So they're right here right now, right? I have them parallel right now because I have my thumbs on them. I'm going to say, show me no. I'll hold my breath and we'll see what happens. Ready? Show me no. But that's because I let it go. It also has to do with your angling of your hands. Ooh, with your angling of your hands, like your wrists. So if your wrists are this way, they want to swing that way. If your wrists are this way, they want to swing this way. So it definitely depends on your wrists as well, the angling of your wrists. So let me see if I can do it more like this. Hold on. And I've watched videos of how to do this, and it's still like, it's not consistent. Okay, so I'm going to go back down to this. They're swinging all around. And I'm going to say, hold on, let me see. Come on. See, this is the thing. They should be like parallel right now, and they don't want to be parallel. So I'm going to say, all right, so they're wide open right now. Ready? I'll say, show me yes. They should move to yes, right? Show me yes. No movement. As soon as I start breathing, movement. Show me yes. Nothing, because I'm not breathing. If I breathe, show me yes. They'll do it because I'm breathing. Let's try it one more time. Ready? So I can't even get an actual yes because they're staying still. Show me yes. All right. Was that because I was breathing? Maybe. Now it's crossed for yes, right? Show me no. For every person, but this is what it's like for me. So because of that, it's like, how can this be it can't be accurate because it only moves when I'm freaking talking. That's it. That's the only time it moves is when I'm talking, because I'm breathing, and because I'm breathing, it's moving. Like, see that? It's swaying because I'm breathing and because I'm talking. Now, if I hold my breath, I'll hold this up a little bit more so you can see it better. Hold on. No movement. Now, if I say show me yes and hold my breath, it wanted to cross over. It's not. None of it's accurate. I have no idea how people do it without maybe like so right now I have my elbows on the table. It should be consistent, and it's not. It's not consistent at all. So that is not a proper divination tool as far as I'm concerned, because what the hell? Okay, so hold on. I'm talking a lot, but I have my elbows on the table, so my elbows aren't moving now. And I'm going to try really hard to just, I'm not going to breathe. Ready? That's because it was moving when I took a breath. Hold on. So it's because I breathed out. All right, so it wants to sit there like that. If I stay still, I don't breathe. It doesn't do anything, right? Show me yes. It doesn't do anything. So it's not consistent. There's nothing I should be able to say, show me yes, and it crosses every time. Every time it should do the same. If it's not crossing and this is yes, either way, it should do this like this. Every time it's a yes. Every time it's a yes. Whatever one it is, it should be doing the same thing. Every single time I say, show me yes, it should do the same thing. And it doesn't. And this is just because I'm breathing. I have my arms next to me, and whenever I take a breath, my arms move just a little bit, my chest moves just a little bit, and these are so sensitive that they move every time. So I don't know how these other readers do it. I don't know. And like even just like a tiny bit of difference in angling, like I try to hold this bar as purpose. So it's really, really interesting, right? Show me yes. And they're not moving. And they're not moving because I'm not breathing and I'm not talking. And now that I'm breathing and talking, they're moving a little bit. But this one's stuck in this angle. Like, really? So I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. And how I'm sitting, holding my hands, if I hold the only time it moves is if I'm talking, and it's not consistent even then. So just so you know, that's how it works for me. I don't know. If you practice it enough, it'll tell you. If you practice it enough, you can get it to move just enough. People shake it up and then it moves. But I've watched some people do it, and it does move pretty fast for some of them. So I don't know. Maybe they are doing, I'm not saying that they're fake. I can't replicate it. That's what I'm saying. So are these other people fake? I have no idea, because I can't even get it to work for me. Doesn't mean that it doesn't work for other people, but it definitely doesn't work for me. So I can't do it. And it's too bad, because there's a lot less energy put into that. If it's just holding them, there's not a lot of energy being done with that. It's yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. That's why I got them, because I thought it would be fun to do yes, no. So whatever. It's fine. It is what it is. Maybe I'll play with them again someday at some point. So it is 2:45. So I'm going to go. I just wanted to show you. These flies are driving me effing crazy. So I got to try to chase them out of my house. And I got to go have some food because I'm hungry. And now I got to go to work. And I've made this much money. And I've been working for 3 hours already today.